already. What's the plural of abun? Abad. Our second is arikatun in the Quran. What's the plural of that? Ara'ik. And then ad-da'i means preacher. What's the plural of da'i? Ad-du'atu. Is that a broken plural or sound? It's broken. And it ends in a ta marbuta even though we're talking about man. So this is an example of ta marbuta that comes in the plural masculine words. And another example is the plural talibun. Talibun can be pluralized as talibuna. It can be pluralized as tullab. It can be pluralized tulaba'u. It can also be pluralized as talabatu. Talabatu. Just like du'atu. The plural? Yes. The common one. Sounding common. Then we have a tariq, its plural is turuq. And the plural of burtuqalatun is burtuqal. So sometimes you just take the ta marbuta off. Like the plural of tufahatun is or tufah. Yes, also tufah. The plural of shajaratun is ashjar, but you could also say shajar. And the plural of a word like baqaratun could also be baqarun. You can say baqarat. No, not to my knowledge. Yeah, did you say? Baqarat is in the Quran, that's right. So we have thallaja, its plural is thallajat. Thallaja means refrigerator. Thob, its plural is thiyab. Jazzar is a butcher, and its plural is jazzarun, sound plural. Jundiyun is soldier, its plural is junud.
What is army?
Army?
What is Jake?
Yes. We have haqlun in the, is that in the Quran? No. Its plural is huqul, field. Khabbaz, baker. Khimar, its plural is either khumur or akhmiratun, which are veils. Khayat, we went over. Dars, we went over. Daftar. Daftar here is being translated as registered.
What does that mean?
It just means like notebook.
A log?
Yeah, a notebook. Even a notebook is your daftar. Dukkan, we did this yesterday. Dakakin. Dawa'un. What is dawa'un? Dawa. What's its plural? Adwiyatun. Rasul, Rusul, we've done this. Sitaratun. Anyone know what a sitara is? A curtain. Its plural is satairu. Okay. Sir is price. As'ar. Saqfun is ceiling or roof. Asquf. Sikin. Sakakin is plural for knives. Sabbaghun is a dyer, someone that dyes, like dyes things colors.
Yeah.
We have a version of this word, like a cognate. A cognate is basically when two words have the same origin. So we have a cognate of sabbagh in Surah Al-Baqarah. No, it means color. Sibghatullah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً. So that's in the Quran as well. Sahnun, plate. Its plural is suhun. We have sawwab. Sawwab is a goldsmith, a jeweler. Dayfun is a guest. Its plural is duyuf. Ta'amun's plural is at'ima. Yeah, so different types of food would be called al-ta'ima. Right? So like you have ta'am, which is general, it just means food, right? The whole thing could be called ta'am. But when we're talking about rice, when we're talking about meat, and I want to say al-ta'ima kathira, different types of food. Amil's plural is ummal or amiluna. So you have sound and broken plurals to the same word. Is Muhammad coming by chance? Anyone know? Jaz.
Jazzy.
I just want, as long as he knows, that's fine. Firash is a mattress. Its plural is furush. Finjan, its plural is fanajin. Qidrun is a pot. And its plural is qudur. Qittun, its plural is qitat. Qalbun, its plural is qulub. Umash, its plural is aqmishatun, for cloth. Kubun, akwab. Akwab is in the Quran, right?
So these are all broken, right?
These are all broken, that's right. Ma'un, this one's going to be weird to you. Wa'il, its plural is miyah. So when we're talking about different types of water, like salty water, sweet water, I don't know, reverse osmosis water, desalinated water, murky water, we'd say miyah, all the different types of water. Ma'idatun is a table, or a table spread in the Quran. Its plural is mawa'id.
That was our quiz.
Mawa'idu. That's a long lesson. Muhadara is a lecture, and its plural is muhadarat. Mahatta we did yesterday is station. Mir'atun, you all have experienced the word for mirror is mir'at. What is the plural? That's weird. Mara'in and maraya.
Mirror.
Now, why is one of them in the jar state and one is in the nasab state? Actually, both of those words are in the rafat state. Okay. The reason it says in is because this word used to be mara'iyun. But the Arabs don't like saying yun. They just don't like a ya at the end of a word that has tanween. So effectively they took the tanween from the ya and they gave it to the hamza if one got rid of the ya. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's the same sound.
Okay, this
Now-
is crazy. Now it's showing me Mara'i.
Yes. So let me explain. If you have the word mara'in, okay, wa'in, but you put al on it, you make it definite, then we have to reintroduce the ya that was once there. And this has implications on the Quran as well. There are words in the Quran that have kasras, for example, at the end of the word, and in reality, it's not in the jar state. In reality, the last letter of the word is hidden. For example, muhtadin is in the Quran. Muhtadin. It's in the rafa' state with kasras because it's actually originally muhtadiyun. Now, if you put alif lam on that word, we have وَمَن يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ Yes, مَن يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِي. The ya can reappear. So don't get too overwhelmed by words that seem to just have random harakat. That will come inshallah in the introduction of weak letters that drop off and then get reintroduced. That's going to be a whole course of its own. We have musafir, which is traveler. We have maq'ad. What's a maq'ad? A chair. What's a madar?
A lot is airport.
Good. What is manaratu? Minaret. A mawqid. Mawqid is a stove.
Is there another synonym for that word?
For stove fitting?
Forn? I've just never heard
That's
it.
what we use.
So forn is an oven.
Yeah.
Mawqid starts with mim fatha. What does mim fatha normally tell you?
Utility.
Fatha, fatha.
I don't know actually.
Place.
Yes, place. Mim kasra is a tool.
Okay.
Like masjid is a place. So mawqid, what are the root letters?
Whack off. That.
Waqada. What does waqada mean?
To create? No.
It's in the Quran. Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara waquduha an-nas wal hijara. Waqud is fuel. Waqada means to ignite. So mawqid is
Like a gas stove.
a place you light something, right? So a stove is a little bit different to an oven. Yeah. We have hirratun, which is another general word for cat. It doesn't have to mean female cat to my knowledge. Because huh? Huraira, right? Huraira is the ism tasghir is the mini form. So when you want to miniaturize something, you put it on the pattern of fu'ail. So you want to miniaturize Hassan, what do you get? Hussein. You want to miniaturize Uthman, you get Uthaymin.
Wait, what do you mean by miniaturized?
So when you want to describe that thing, but in tiny form.
One side.
So you're gonna call Hussein Hassan when he goes up?
No. So,
Hussein is really
yeah, Hussein is a mini cutie, right? Hassan means beautiful, so Hussein means cute. Make sense? So imagine if I said to you the word kelbun.
Right.
How do we say puppy?
كلوب كلاب
Believe.
Fu'ail, fu'ail. Kulayb. Kulayb. Nufaid is, I don't know what it means. La adri.
So you're adding
A dhamma on the first letter, fatha on the second letter, and then an additional ya with those sukoon.
So you need an alif ya in the middle.
Not an alif ya.
Or just a ya.
Yes, a ya with the sukoon preceded by fatha.
Okay.
So you can do that with any word usually, but there's different patterns. Like for example, you can say the miniature version of a kitab would be
Dave.
okay. What would the miniature version of
Car.
no, those are long words.
Okay.
So they have different rules. Even kitab has different rules, but I was just getting you used to the format. So imagine if I said something like a mini horse.
Hussein.
Faras, let's take faras.
Farais.
Furais.
Furais.
Be a tiny horse. Okay, so you can do that effectively with most words. You can miniaturize them there. Huraira is the same idea.
Gotcha.
Huraira has an extra letter compared to Fu'ail. Okay, but that's because of the fact that there's a dam on both top. So we're just saying Fu'aila, Huraira. Make sense?
Yeah.
So Huraira is a kitten. Okay. Then we have Hindu. What's a Hindu?
A Hindu.
An Indian. Hindiyun. Hindiyun and Indian are not exactly the same.
Because Hind is also geography.
Yeah, so Hindu doesn't mean Hindu in religion, but in modern Arabic, when they're talking about Hindus as a religious group, they call them al-Hunud. Okay, but this word is weird because even in Hinduism, Hindus were not calling themselves Hindu on the basis of their religion. They were calling themselves Hindus on the basis of their geography. And that's because of the fact that there's a very large river that ran between India and Pakistan, which was called the Sindhu River, which then, when it got translated into the Hindi language, the S became an H, which became the Indus River. And then that went into Greek, and that became the Indus River. And then the Indus River civilization in the Western world began to be known as India, from the Indus River. So Hindu really has everything to do with geography. It doesn't have to do with the religion in their own language. In their own language, Hindus would consider their religion to be called dharma. Yeah, so it's a complicated word. The best way to understand this is just Indian. Okay? Face in the Arabic language is wajhun, its plural is wujuhun, it's in the Quran very commonly. Wardatun, its plural is wurud. Yawmun, its plural is ayyam. Ba'is is in the Quran in Surah Al-Hajj, means someone that is poor and wretched. Wa'at'imul ba'is al-faqir. Right? Feed the wretched poor person. Ba'isun. Ta'ibun is tired. Taminun. Guys, I need your help. I just need to make sure that you looked at these examples. Expensive. How do we pump? Taminun. Usually we're not using this for people, so it would just become taminatun. It's plural, right? Hadun is sharp. This doesn't mean sharp in like intellectual sense. It means sharp like a knife being sharp. Okay. You could metaphorically use it for someone's mind too. Hadiq is skillful. Harun is hot. Kha'ib, someone that's failing. It's in the Quran as well. Kha'if is afraid. Khashi'an, humble. Rahim, its plural is Ruhama'u. Rakhisun is cheap. Sakhiyun is generous. Its plural is Askhiya. Sa'idun is someone that's happy or fortunate, like good luck. Sa'id. Shakir is grateful, thankful. Shamikh is lofty. Shuja', brave. What's the plural of Shuja'? Shuja'an. Is that a broken plural or a sound plural?
That's broken.
It's broken. So don't let the noon fool you. There's no wow before it, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like the harakat are the same, but in reality, there's an added alif after the ayn. So don't let this type of word fool you. Shadid's plural is ashidda'u. It's in the Quran. Ashidda'u ala al-kuffar. Shafiqun is loving. Shaqiyun is unfortunate. We have فَمِنْهُمْ شَقِيٌّ وَسَعِيدٌ. What does that mean? Yes. Shaqi and Sa'id in the Quran, fortunate and unfortunate means someone that's destined to heaven and hell. In the Quran. Da'i' is lost. Lahik is laughing. Dakhimun and dakhmun, big and heavy. Da'ifun and du'afa, weak. Tawilun, tall. Tayyibun,
Can I
good.
stop you for
Yes,
just a
yes, yes.
second? So we went. So darkikun and darkikuna. That would be a sound.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Alright, next page. Tawil, its plural is Tiwal. Tayyib, its plural is Tayyibun. Atshanun, that's actually incorrect. It shouldn't have a tanween. It's Atshanu. Its plural is Atsha.
Atsha.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't. You said the singular shouldn't have a noon.
It shouldn't have a tanween on
Shouldn't
it.
have to noon.
It's Atshanu. Yeah. Atishun. Atishun is the one we did yesterday. Qasirun, it's short. Its plural is Qisar. Tawiyun, it's strong. Its plural is Aqwiya. Lami' is shining. Its plural is Lawami'. Mutazawwij is married. Its plural is Mutazawwijuna. Mutayaqidun is someone that's awake. Right? For example, in Arabic, istayqadha. Anyone ever heard of that? What does istayqadha mean? Istayqadht. You tell your dad in the morning, I woke up, I'm awake. Istayqadha means to wake up. Mutayaqidh is someone that's like alert and awake. Muthmira we had yesterday, fruitful. Mujiddun is someone that's hardworking. Someone that's serious. Al-Jadd in the Arabic language is what? Your grandfather. He's been serious. That's why he has grandkids. Otherwise, you're not going to have grandkids being serious. You can always have kids, but you can't have grandkids unless you're serious. And the reason for that is because you'll kill your kids if you're not serious, right? You won't set them up to have kids of their own. So Jadd in Arabic is someone that's very, very like diligent. And that's why like in your modern Arabic, you might say Anjad.
Yeah.
What is Anjad?
For real.
Yeah, because you're for real, you're serious. Yeah, so Jiddan does have the same.
Even Jed is like real, right?
Jadid, I don't know what the relationship is.
I don't know.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Real, right?
Like, I went to the store, like, is this real?
Yeah. Anjad. So like seriousness and realness are like almost the same
Somebody
idea.
tells you an unbelievable story, you usually reply by saying,
For real?
Yeah, that's like saying seriously, which is another way of saying for real, right? All right. That's mujid. Murih is something that is comfortable. It comes from iraha, which comes from raha, and raha is comfort. And rih is wind that's comfortable. And roh is Allah says, no, that's ruh. La tayasu min rawhillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is
I think our word is actually different.
aid.
For comfortable, it's murtah.
Murtah is someone that's comfortable, someone that's comfy. And murih is something that provides comfort. But it's okay. Don't worry about the difference right now. When we study Sarf, you'll be able to just know these words yourself. I'm sorry? The link? Y'all don't have the link. I sent it. Oh, you're talking about Safwar. Safi. And they killed my phone. So I can't share the link. Just give me a few minutes. Okay? Just remind me in like 3 minutes. Alright. Murattabun is something that is laid out. Comes from the Arabic word tartib. Tartib is whenever it is that things have order and organization to them. They're laid out in a systemic fashion. Yeah, Rataba. Look it up. Later. Your curiosity is good, Safi. Just know that if I tell you everything, you're not going to remember it. Then we have Marid. Its plural is?
Mirdan.
No, not Mirda. Marda. It's not Maridun, it's Marda. We have Mashhur. Mashhuruna. We have Masfoof.
Yes.
What's Masfoof? Yeah, it comes from Saf, right?
Just a pronunciation question.
Yes.
Would I say mesfufun, or would I say the mess, or I mean,
No.
mef?
Yeah, mouse.
Mesfufun.
Yeah, Masfoof.
But I wouldn't say musfuf.
Yeah, your meme shouldn't turn into a heavy meme. Alright, we have Mudi'un. What's Mudi'un?
Shining.
Shining. It comes from Daw. What is Daw?
Light.
That's right. We have Muti'un, someone that has Ita'ah. What is Ita'ah? Obedience, right? When we say Muti', that's someone who's obedient. So when I keep telling you what is that I'm gonna tell you about the meme dhamma later, you see these words that have meme dhamma all have one thing in common. And that is they're all either ismul fa'il. You know what ismul fa'il is?
The name of a verb.
Not a name of a verb. A doer, like a word that describes the doer, or it's an ismul maf'ul.
I see.
A word that describes the one who an action's been done to. So, like for example, we have the word nasir. You guys remember that pattern? Nasir, fa'il. What is a nasir? A helper. And then we have mansurun. That's someone that is helped. It's on the pattern of maf'ul. Okay? So,
right?
yes. Just like we have an ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul, that's on the pattern of fa'il and maf'ul. When you have a meme dhamma, it usually signifies another type of ismul fa'il or ismul maf'ul. They're all doers, or they're all people that things are being done to. So muflihun is the same thing. What is muflih?
Like
Successful. Someone that is enabling success. Someone that is doing the actions of success. Mufattahun. Yeah, so opened of a blossom. They've just given an example of when you would use a word like mufattah. In the Quran we have cognates. Yeah, exactly. We have muflis.
So
That means-
and see probably means.
Fulus.
Oh.
Fulus.
Yeah.
Right? So muflis is someone that got no fulus.
Oh, I see.
Someone that has no fulus.
Think of the guy at Mecca who's at the Haram saying, Fulus.
Are they be begging at Mecca? Oh.
Yeah, he's talking to Allah, he's begging Allah.
Oh, okay.
He's asking Allah for fulus.
I thought he was just asking.
There's like from last Hajj season, there's a clip of a guy who's just like, Fulus.
Inshallah.
All right.
I mean, if you're gonna add, you know, like, add, you know,
That's the one place that.
yeah, that's that made him viral.
All right, look at the word mukram. What is mukram?
Honor.
Honored. It comes from what word?
Karam.
Karam. So ikram means to honor someone. The act of honoring someone is ikram. And mukram is someone that's been honored. So it has a meme dhamma. It's who the action is happening to. Sorry? Mukrim is the one who provides honor. Mukram is the one who has been provided honor. You understand? There's a little bit. Just that ayn letter having a kasra or a fatha is what makes it an ismul fa'il or an ismul maf'ul. Just in case you have like a little bit of knowledge of ismul fa'il and maf'ul in advance, just look for that difference and it'll make the entire difference. Look, for example, if I say to you, mujahidun What is that?
Mujahidun is no, it's yeah,
Mujahid.
yeah.
So mujahadun would be what?
Mujahidun is the one who's
Someone
being
who's
fought.
being fought. That's right. Make sense?
Mujahidun. And what is being changed? Mujahidun is the kasra.
Yeah, on the ain letter, the middle letter.
And then mujahidun.
Hadun. Hadun.
Hadun.
There's a fatha.
Fatha over
The ain letter. Hadun.
The
The ha is the middle letter, right?
Okay.
Makes sense?
Gotcha.
So just look for a mim fatha dhamma and then look at the ain letter. If it has a kasra, it's an ism al-fa'il. If it has a fatha, it's an ism al-maf'ul. That's how you figure this out. It's a lot more complicated than that, but that's the first step.
General pattern.
Yeah, that's a general rule. Maksurun is broken. Mumti'un is something that's interesting. Because this comes from the word mata'. Mata' is what? It can mean tool. Mata' al-hayat al-dunya. What is mata' al-hayat al-dunya? The goods of this world. The enjoyment of this world. And mata' provides you enjoyment, meaning it provides you interest. So mumti' is something that's interesting. What would mumti' be, Wa'il?
Something that interests somebody.
Mumta' would be
The one who's
The one
been
who's
made
receiving
interested. So the customer. You, exactly. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mumazzaqun means torn. What would mumazziqun be?
It's scary.
Yes. So now you've made a level up in your understanding of mim dhammas. Muntabihun is someone that is
careful.
careful and vigilant. Muntasirun is someone that is victorious. They basically have been given help by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muhadhabun, refined. What would muhadhibun mean?
Someone who refines.
Is a refiner.
Yeah, the teacher, right? Muhadhib, someone who teaches someone tahdhib. Someone who teaches someone how to be like well-mannered.
Similar to Mu'addib.
Mu'addib, yeah, someone like mu'addib. Mawdu'un, we did yesterday. Najih, we've done. Nadiratun, blooming. Where's that in the Quran? Nadira, radiant is how they translate it often in the Quran. Naqiyun means clear. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Kullu taqiyyin wa naqiyyin fahuwa min ali." What does that mean? Kullu taqiyyin, every pious person. Wa naqiyyin, clean. Yeah, every clean person. Fahuwa min ali.
So clear
from my
right
family.
here is referring more so to like cleanliness.
Yeah, when something is clear and like is not adulterated with impurities.
Okay.
Yeah, like water is naqi. It's pure.
Okay.
When is it pure? When it's clear. Yeah. The wajif we did yesterday, trembling of the heart. Wa'run. We didn't do that. What is wa'run? Hard, rough, difficult. Wafi is someone that is loyal. Awfiya. We have the Arabic word wafa, which means loyalty. You've heard that before? Oh yeah, that's right.
Wafa is usually a
Apparently,
name, right?
Wala is the same.
Yeah. Well, it comes
I
from
have
wilaya.
between Wala and Wala.
Yeah, so they're a little bit different in their origin
I only hear this as a
But,
girl's name.
What is that? Is it?
because that's a beautiful quality in a woman.
To be loyal to her
Yeah,
husband.
yeah.
Bara, I think it's-
Bara is someone that's free of like ill qualities. Someone that is very like they're free of things that you don't want to associate with people. All right, let's go ahead and jump forward to our previous exercise. Exercise number 4.
Exercise number 4.
We were doing number 31 to 50. The laborers are Muslims. Can you guys figure out how we would say something like that? The laborers are Muslims.
Labor is
Al-amiluna, but that's not the plural they gave you.
the laborers.
Al-ummalu. Al-ummalu muslimun. That's correct. But I just wanted you to Familiarize yourself with the broken plural.
So the
Yeah, Majur is just like
so the
employees.
laborers has both a broken plural and
Yeah, multiple words that we've gone over have that.
Gotcha.
The two maternal aunts are ill. How would we say such a word, phrase?
Two maternal aunts would be
Khalatani? Al-Khalatani?
Khalan.
Yeah, that would be two maternal uncles. Al-Khalatani are ill.
Muridatani.
Maridatani. Yeah, maridatani. The teachers are soft-hearted. What's the word for soft-hearted? We didn't go over such a word, did we?
Soft-hearted.
Let's just say they're compassionate. They have the word for shafiq. What's the plural of shafiq? Come on, look at it. Shafiq, shafiq. Shufaqa. So how do we say the teachers are? Al-mudarrisuna shufaqa. Okay. Let's go ahead and try number 34.
Can we use bit for this one?
Al-tiflatu al-bintu, that's correct. Al-fatatu, child is not really fatah. Fatah's a little bit older. Al-tiflatu is fine. Qa'imatun. Cool. 35, the teachers are Pakistani. Let's just skip that. 36, the messengers are truthful.
The
Yeah.
messengers, the rusulu.
Ar-rusulu Sadiquna. Very good. The Hindus are disbelievers. I mean, I told you Hindu is like a problematic word. So al-hunudu kafirun is how you would say it, right? The two windows are open. Maftu. Correct. Ash-shubbakani maftuhani. Shubbak is one, shubbakani is two. The two teachers are Iraqi, al-mudarrisani, Iraqiyani. Yes, with the shad on the ya. Iraqiyani. Al-mudarrisani, Iraqiyani. Both the women are truthful. How do we say that? Yes, both of you are correct. That means you got, they're your friends. That means they're your friends. They're not your friends. Sadiqatani. Al-mar'atani or al-imra'atani sadiqatani. No. This was plural.
Right.
You said and this was tani. That means, huh? It's also plural. You're gonna actually learn that there's even plurals of plurals in Arabic. Don't worry, man.
Which one is? What is that?
It's just this.
What were you saying?
Which one is which? Which one is the plural of the other?
This isn't an example of that.
So, can you say, is it always going to be kesra, like imra'atun, over the first letter, over the
Hamza?
Hamza?
Yeah, you're never gonna say umra'ah. Yeah, you're never gonna say
Because we hear
imra'ah.
mara a lot.
Yeah, so that Hamza can be omitted.
Okay.
So instead of saying imra'ah, you can say mar'ah as well.
Okay.
Similarly, you can say imru'un for man, or you can say
Imru'atan.
no for man. Imru'un mar'un.
For man?
Yeah, for man. You can
Mar'un?
say. Yeah. Al-mar'u ala dini khalilihi, as the Prophet ﷺ said. Al-mar'u, which means
The man.
the man, and we're just gonna translate it as men.
Okay.
Ala or on, dini, the deen,
Is
khalili.
that commonly used for men, like
Yes.
man? Okay,
Yes,
mara.
yes. It's actually very common in classical Arabic. Today people don't use mar, they just say rajul, right? But mar actually had a lot more prevalence in the past. Huh? من حسن إسلام المرء, from the beauty of a man's faith, تركه ما لا يعنيه, is to leave behind what doesn't concern, right? So this very common in the hadith. Let's see. Let's try number 44. Shuja'ani. So you see the English word is mujahideen. This is actually in the nasab state. You can tell the Arabs we say everything in the nasab state, but in English now when we like kind of take an Arabic word that's pluralized and render it into English by romanizing it, we're gonna usually say it in the nasab state like mujahideen, muslimin. Yeah.
Makes it a little bit easy.
I have a question.
Yes. You tell me. Mufassirun is in the Rafat state. Mufassirin is in the Nasab state. But when I talk, I'm going to say the Mufassirin. I'm not going to say the Mufassirun. Because nobody understands Mufassirun. Right? Everyone knows that Mufassirin.
But correct Mufassirun.
They're both correct. It just depends what state you want the word to
I've
be
never
in.
heard the word mujahidun ever.
Yeah, so it depends on is it the Mubtada, is it the Maf'ul Bihi, etc. So these are both correct plurals. It's just sometimes when we Romanize things, we just keep them in the Nasab state because that's how the Arabs have been using them for a while.
And are we generalizing what state the plural is in by saying it's in the nasab or saying it's in the nasab or in the,
What do you mean are we generalizing?
like are all plurals in the nasab state?
No,
That's
that's
what I
not.
kinda
It's just
think
in
so.
common Arabic modern language. People just say al-Muslimin huna. You know?
And it's supposed to be
Al-Muslimuna.
Al-Muslimun.
Yeah, they'll just say, yeah, you know, هؤلاء مسلمين.
So it's supposed to be in the
Humu Muslimin. That's what they'll say, right?
The Rafat state.
Nah.
People would say Humu Muslimin, right? Hum Muslimin. It should be Hum Muslimun.
The subject you're doing it as an
Yeah, they're making it to the object. So it could be due to the grammatical deficiency, but when you reach a higher stage of Arabic, you will realize that it's possible to put it in the nasab state, but you have to understand why you're putting it in the nasab state because the nasab state isn't just for objects.
I know this.
Yeah, so like basically the masses are seeing it in the nasab state. They don't know why,
They're saying
and the educated folks are using it in the nasab state, and they know why.
Were people like not talking like this even like during the time of the Prophet ﷺ?
They were speaking properly, and that means they also spoke in the nasab state sometimes, but they did it for a reason.
Because like the Bedouins even during the time like they would speak like
They spoke Fusha. They spoke good.
okay.
They spoke good Arabic.
because I
yeah.
know
they did have different dialects.
They had different dialects, but their grammar is proper, on point.
because I know Al-Walid, the successor to Abdul Malik
Yes.
ibn Marwan,
Yes.
they made fun of his
Arabic. Yes.
and that wasn't that long after the Prophet ﷺ.
Yeah, but it was prosperity, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't need to be as well spoken. You just got to be powerful, you know. So and Muslims at that point had entered into Islam primarily from non-Muslim states, but prior to that, if you're part of the Quraysh, Arabic was the dominating language, right? The lingua franca, whatever you want to call it. But time went on, people's Arabic got weak for sure.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, like prior to that point, if you didn't know Arabic well, nobody would even listen to you. They'll call you ajam,
Yeah.
just call you an animal, right? You don't know how to talk. You're an animal. Yeah, ajam actually comes from animals, right? Ajam are like animals are defined not by their dirtiness, but they're defined by their lack of speech, like civilized speech. All right, let's go ahead and jump to number 47.
Carpenters.
An-najahuna. What's the other word we learned for diligent, hard work?
Jet.
Mujid.
Oh,
Mujiduna. Mujiduna. Correct. We're gonna go ahead and jump. To exercise 7. In exercise 7, we're putting suitable subjects for the following predicates. So we have salihat. Done. What can I put there? Number
you can
1.
say المسلمة صالحة.
Al-Muslimatu.
المسلمة.
Al-
Sorry, no. المسلمات. Sorry.
Al-Muslimatun.
المسلمات. Sorry.
Very good. Al-Muslimatu salihatun. It's okay. Number 2. You learn through mistakes. What does number 2 say?
وسجادة.
There you go. I think you're skipping
وسقاط.
one. Are you skipping one, or is your order
No, it's
different?
our order here.
Okay, that's fine. What's your second one? Wasikhatun?
Yeah, واسقة.
Wasikhatun. What is wasikhatun?
Dirty.
Dirty.
Well, how do we say it? What can we put before that?
السجادة
السجادة وسخة النظارة وسخة النظارات وسخة. These are all correct. تعبون. Who's tired?
يعيبون.
إحنا.
نحن
نحن. Sorry, I went slang, bro. I said إحنا.
You could say
That's correct. العمال. That's correct. متزوجات. النساء متزوجات. مكرم. What is مكرم?
Something about generosity.
No. Honored. Who's honored? الشيخ مكرم. Not ضيوف, because that's plural. الضيف is correct. الفاتح, like the conqueror is honored. Okay. صغيرة. البنت. جاهلات. No.
But it's feminine, right? So,
You're trying to say female Indians?
Yeah.
Hunud is masculine plural for Hindiya. What's the feminine of Hindiya? Hindiya. What's the plural of that? What? Dun. Hindiyatun. Yeah. Let's just say
But you can't say.
Min al
Can you say al-hindiyatun? You can say
No,
that.
Al and Tanween never coexist there.
That's what I.
Never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say Hindi.
Yeah, you can
So
say
you
it.
wouldn't say al in front of it.
Yeah, but we're making sentences, so we have to say that.
Okay.
Right? We're trying to make
So you would say al-hindiyatun.
Yes, you would. Or you could say something like, al mutabarrijatu.
Al-mutabarrijat, so the non, or the non, like, modest or covering.
The immodest women are jahilat.
immodest.
Very ignorant. You could say that. Masruratani, we did not. What is masruratani? Happy. So who's masruratani? Mm-hmm. الطالبتان. المرأتان. الطالبتان.
How do you say married? Spouse?
المتزوجة.
Is it, that's, yeah, that's spouse.
المتزوجتان. Masrura, the two married women are both happy. That just implies that they're married together. So we don't want to say that in today's world.
المتزوجتان.
Yeah, that's correct. You could say that's correct. ضاحكان, number 9.
And
الأولادان. So you've dualized the plural word. الطفلان ضاحكان is correct. الولدان. What? Wildan. Walidani is prepared. No, it is. Wildan is the plural of walad. Two boys. Wildanun. Wildanun, not Annie. Yes. Yes. Wildan. Harun. What could we say? الجو حار. الطقس حار. الهواء. Hawa is feminine. Taqs is also atmosphere.
what is Harun again?
Yes. It's my son's favorite word. Wahab? Nah, who
And I got traumatized.
trying to touch fire.
Yeah, you get traumatized.
All right, very quickly. This is an example of nahu, declension, i'rab. Al-ilmu nafi'un. Knowledge is beneficial. This is how we formally would do what we call tarkib. So العلم مبتدأ مرفوع بالضمة.
Right.
And you guys understand that?
Yeah.
No.
The subject is marfu, so it's in the rafa state with dhammas.
Yes. Not. This doesn't say the subject is. It says الرفع. Yeah. العلم is a subject
Okay, gotcha.
in the rafa'at state,
I got you.
signified by dhamma. نافع is خبر مرفوع بالضمة. Is the predicate,
Yeah, I understand.
which is in the rafa'at state with dhamma. Okay. العالمان تقيان. The two scholars are pious. العالمان مبتدأ مرفوع بال.
No.
Does that make sense? Where's the alif?
Oh, after the meme?
Yeah, the ani, right? Because what's the nasab and jar version? Ani. What's the only letter changing? The alif. So when it's in the rafa'at state, it's in the rafa'at state with alif. Make sense?
Yeah.
تقياني خبر مرفوع بالالف. Same thing. Our third one. المؤمنون مفلحون. The believers are successful. المؤمنون مبتدأ مرفوع بال. Wow. What wow is showing you the rafa'at state? Good. مفلحون خبر مرفوع بالواو. Okay? That's right. Let's skip over to exercise number 8, which is real short. Decline the subject and the predicate, meaning do i'rab of the following sentences.
I decline wow. I decline
وعرة. الطريق وعرة. What does that mean?
الطريق وعرة. It means the path is وعرة.
It's the last word on our word list. The path is tough and rough.
So what's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with
We need
it.
to just break it down. So we
Why is wa'aratun have a tamar multa?
that's just a word.
Tariq is masculine and feminine. Remember? We learned about the words that can be used as either. Tariq is one of those. So the path is tough.
So we say الطريق is المبتدأ
مرفوع بالضمة. وعرة. Very good.
You said it's the you said
مرفوع بالضمة. Yes, in the rafa'at state shown by a dhamma.
So, and just a quick question. So the only reason why this is mubtada khabar and not
Mawsuf sifa.
is because of the alif lam.
Yes. The definite, indefinite. Yes. المسافران تعبان. What does that mean?
It means the travelers
Are tired. How do we do the tarkib real quick? مرفوع بالالف خبر مرفوع بالالف. الأمهات صالحات.
الأمهات صالحات. The two
mothers are righteous.
No.
It's just the mothers are righteous.
The mothers, 3 or more.
Oh, that's plural, yeah.
Okay. مبتدأ مرفوع بالضمة خبر مرفوع بالضمة. الكافرون خائفون.
The
The disbelievers are
scared.
terrified. The disbelievers are terrified.
واو خبر مرفوع بالواو. التلميذتان نشيطتان.
So students
are
then they're
active. Yeah, they're active. So مبتدأ بالالف خبر مرفوع بالالف. Very good, mashallah. I think you guys have mastered this content. Let's go to our preposition chapter. You guys are weak on the vocab. That's what this book is for. So master the vocab. Okay, the vocabulary in this chapter, actually, if you go towards the end of it,
There's a lot to
yes. Boom, boom, boom. They got like 100 questions.
It's like
Let's go to the word list real quick.
to chapter 7 word list?
Yes, it's on page number 82.
Why they change the orientation of the
Oh, the Arabic English?
Yeah.
Bro, because...
Keep flipping.
This book was in the same chapter.
Yeah.
All right.
I
It was written haphazardly.
Never heard of that.
It was edited haphazardly. The content is nice. Number 82. Iblun. Ibilun is camel. They don't give you the plural. Don't ask why right now. Ahadun. Someone. When we say Qul huwa Allahu ahadun, does it mean someone?
No.
Allah is one. We'll talk about the difference between ahad and wahid later. Okay, wahid means one. Ahad means alone.
So,
Okay?
when Bilal, you say ahadun, ahad.
Yes, yes. He would say
That means
ahadun,
there's
ahad.
one
Only
someone.
and only one. Right? No, he wasn't saying there's one someone.
Okay.
He kept saying ahadun, ahadun. Which means Allahu ahadun, Allahu ahadun, Allahu ahadun. Allah is alone, Allah is alone, Allah is alone. So ahadun here means someone. Like for example, ja'a ahadun ila al-masjid. Someone came to the masjid, right? One person. We don't know who. It doesn't matter who. Frame. What's the word for frame? Idar. Tool. What's the word for tool?
Alatun.
Yeah, for the singular. Alatun.
Alatun.
Is singular. Okay. What's izdiham?
Istiham.
That seems like two different words.
Izdiham is the Arabic word for rush, crowd, or even traffic. You say, Wallah, zihma kathira al-izdiham. That izdiham is also another word.
Istiham.
What?
I was saying Dukkanu.
Oh, the smoke is rush?
No. Dukkanu. Sorry. Dukkanu.
Izdiham is not
No, you were.
is not crowded.
Okay.
That would be muzdahimun.
Okay.
New lesson for later. Izdiham is the idea of just traffic.
Okay.
Silk in Arabic is what? Harir. Is that in the Quran?
الحرير وحرام
للرجال. Yes? Arabic imtihan, we've already done that. Sea. What are the two plurals for bahar?
بحار بحر.
Buhurun. And then we have in the Quran, Sab'atu Abhur. Abhur is another
Oh,
plural.
really?
of
They
bahar.
mentioned the 7 oceans?
Yes. Bedouin in Arabic is what? Badwun. The Arabic word is the original. Badwun, Bedouin, Bedouin. Think about it. Say Bedouin fast enough, you might say Bedouin.
بدوية.
That's funny.
Yeah, Badawiyun is a singular. Badawiyun is a singular, the plural is Bedouin.
See, it seems like it's swapped.
Barakatun, we know that. What's Birkatun?
بركة.
We always refer to the
There's a
pool.
big difference between a puddle and a pool. Like
Yeah, it's used for both. Twins. What are twins in Arabic? That's nice. It's a hot tub, actually. Originally, that was used for hot tubs because people would only swim in hot water. Back in the day, in Ottoman times, the hammam was a pool that was heated, like a jacuzzi, basically. How do we say twin in Arabic? To'am, and two twins would be to'amani, and the plural is tawa'im, which are multiple pairs of twins. A prize in Arabic is, you guys, I just want you to say the Arabic because it'll help you remember. Ja'izatun. Just give me the singular.
How do you say triple?
I have no idea. I've never seen any to know. Mountain,
جبل.
camel,
جمل.
jamalun,
So that's
pilgrim.
different from the other camel we learned?
Yeah.
Is there a difference between the two?
Don't ask me about camels, bro.
Is there a difference?
Camel?
Is there a difference between the two camels?
Yes, there is. I'm ill-informed. There's a difference. There's like male, female, pregnant, non-pregnant, 6th year of life, 7th year of life, 7th year of life and pregnant, 7th year of life and being followed by a baby. There's different words for all of these
What's
camels.
the camel used for the times of Ad and Thamud?
Naqa. That's a female camel.
So what's Ibn?
I mean, we know Bakka.
Bro, Rail, when we study fiqh, you have to learn 10 names of each based on the ages and based on whether they've had kids or not.
Oh, Bakr.
That's Bakr. No, Bakr is not an animal.
Another camel?
It's not a, I thought that was a baby camel, like a strong camel. Abu
You
Bakr.
may be right. You may be right. I'll have to look. Pilgrim is Hajj and Hujjaj. What is the word for wood?
Khashabun.
And plural?
Shab.
Veg. Where'd you learn that?
That's not the, if I had to do it,
Yeah, we did. We actually did. We did that earlier as well. Khushub was a plural. Remember when I told you? I think this is the origin of the Urdu word for fragrance. Yeah. So we did learn about khushub. Vegetables. Khadrawatun. Khadrawatun. That's actually the plural of khadra.
Green.
So greens. Khadrawat. Tents. Khaymatun and khiyam. We've done tailor. Khayat. Drawer. How do we say drawer? Drawer. Degree. Darajatan. Darajatun. Not a bike. Dulab is, you said closet, cupboard, same thing. Head is a leader, or the head is Ra'is. Now, Ra'is doesn't actually mean this head. That's Ras. Yeah, that means that's Ras. Yes. Yes. Is the Ra'is. Also the president could be the Ra'is. What?
The drug law.
Is it the no, it's not on the parent of Fa'il. Flower, Zahratun, plural Azhar. Sur'atun is speed. Bisur'ah means with speed. Ship is Safina, Sufun. Sama, Samawat. Sur. What is Sur? So Sur al-Balad would be what? The border. The wall around the city. We call Sur al-Madina. Yes, that's actually Sur of Trump. I think that's what they called it.
Did he still campaign for that?
No.
I thought it was just a joke.
No, it's not a joke. What's the plural of safe? Asyaf and Suyub. Sayarat, Shai, Saruch is a missile. Sahara, desert. Sahara is a Sahara is a plural. Yeah, after Sahara.
So they named it desert.
Deserts. Yeah, they named it the desert. Yes. Trunk. Sanduq and Sanadir. Saydaliya is a...
Pharmacy.
You guys probably know about this already. Ta'ira, ta'irat, airplane. Tabaqun, a tubaqun. A cover or a plate. Don't worry too much about these words that are modern. Faslun is a class. Finjan is cup. Feedun. What's the plural of feed? Yeah, plural of qitar. Plural of kokab. Kawakib. It's in the Quran. Engine? Yeah, well, back in the day, engine was the train. The train in English is called an engine.
Yeah, it's not like your car's engine.
No. That's called muharrik.
Even in English.
Muharrik is the thing that causes it to move. Right?
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Get it? It causes haraka.
Even in English, like
You call it an engine
you
in
would call it
English.
an engine. Yeah.
Alright, Kawakib. Kawakib is in the Quran where? Where's Kawakib?
Proactive?
وإذا الكواكب انتثرت. The stars. Lajit. What's a lajit?
He's a refugee.
A refugee is lajit.
That's my grandfather.
Lisan and its plural is Al-Sinatun. La'na.
Curse.
Curse. La'anat. Mubaratun is. Now, as you can see, they look the same. Like they sound the same. These are homophones. They sound the same. They're written different. Okay, Mubarat. Mihfada.
That's a wallet.
How do you know it's a wallet?
I just know.
Mim Kesra.
And
Tool of
Hafidha means to
like remember or keep,
protect.
protect.
So Mihfada protects your money. Alright? Madina's plural is Mudun. Mudun. Mustawsaf is a clinic, don't worry too much about that. Miskeen. Its plural is Masakin. Matar, plural is Amtar. Mal'ab. I can't hear you.
Madyan.
Madyam? Madyan? That's a place.
It's a specific place.
That's Median. Median is a city. Ancient city.
Oh.
Okay? Mal'ab is a playground. Imra'atun, nisa'un, najmun, nujumun, and naqd. What's naqd?
Cash money.
Yes, cash money. Naqd can also mean criticism in Arabic. Don't ask me what's the correlation there. But when someone says a naqd, that means a critique. Can also mean critique. Hunak, what's hunak?
Hey.
And what's huna?
Here.
Now in modern Arabic, some people in the Ammiya, they say huna for here and hina for there.
Hannah.
That's not. Hey, hina for here and huna for there. They'll just change the ha. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
So it's Hunaka
and huna.
and Huna.
Huna. That's correct. Now that we've gone over new words, let's go ahead and go backwards and learn the content of this chapter. Very easy chapter about harf jars, guys. Remember harf jars?
Yeah.
Now we're going to learn about like
More?
a lot of uses of the harf jars that we already know. Ala typically means what? Ila means, min means, li means, but you said ila means to,
Like belonging to.
belongs to. Okay, fi,
And
ka,
life.
an, and bi. Okay, so we know that. Let's look at the examples. الطائر على الغصن, the bird is on the branch. فاطمة ذاهبة إلى السوق. Fatima is going, not went. That would be ذهبت is a verb. ذاهبة is a noun, which means going. She's a goer, so she's going to the market. المكتب من الخشب. The table is from wood. What does that mean?
Made of metal.
Yeah, it comes from wood, right? السيارة لزيد, the car to Zayd, for Zayd, belongs to Zayd. الطالب في الفصل, the students in the class. عائشة كالقمر,
She's like
she's like the moon. القصة عن الأميرة, the story is about الأميرة.
I thought Amira was a believer.
Yeah, they just use it. They just use it. Princess, right? كتبت بالقلم, I wrote with the pen. All right, we know that they cause the jar state, so we're skipping this. Okay, we're gonna go to ala on the next page. All in all, there are 17 prepositions in Arabic.
17.
Preposition means harf jar specifically. We're not doing all 17.
Are there axioms?
Yes, yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Ala means on or above, as you all know. Zaydun jalisun ala al-ard, Zayd is sitting on the ground. Al-kutubu ala al-rafi, the books are on the shelf. Ila means towards, at, to, until. Wasaltu al-yada ila al-mirfaq. What does that mean?
Wash my hands.
The arm till the elbow.
Till the elbow. Zaydun nadhirun ila as-sama. Zayd is looking towards the sky, at the sky.
They're just looking at the sky.
From, min has more meanings than the rest of those two. Salim, راجع من القرية. Salim is returning from the village. البرتقال من الفواكه. Yeah.
From the fruit.
Yeah, so when we say an orange is from the fruits. It means like it's a subset of fruits, right? It's from the fruit family. الصندوق من الحديد, the trunk is made of iron. Meaning its origin is iron.
It's very flexible, yeah.
Yeah, it's a flexible, athletic word. Khalid akbaru min Salimin.
Yeah.
Khalid is what?
Bigger.
Bigger, meaning like older. Min here means than. Older than Salim. We're not going to say older from Salim.
And that's the sukoon that does that.
What's the sukoon that does what?
I mean, the noon is sakin.
Normally in min it is.
Okay.
However, if there's al afterwards, we say min al.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay?
And what is that little one? Or the little
That's telling you about the word akbaru is on the parent of af'alu.
Oh, gotcha.
When two objects are compared to each other to the disadvantage of one, this English is whack.
We use a school out of it. Okay, so that's it.
Okay? No nunation is used in the above example, meaning no tanween is on the word akbaru. Its form will not change irrespective of whether the subject is masculine. Okay, don't worry about this right now. We'll talk about this type of word later.
So if it was Fatima,
We'd still say Fatima to akbaru. We wouldn't say Fatima to kubra.
So it doesn't change it from
if it's used for comparison. If it's not used for comparison, it does change. Like for example, I would say, Fatima to Kubra. Fatima is the oldest. She's the biggest. Okay? But if I said Fatima is bigger than her sister, then I would say Fatima to Akbaru min ukhtiha. So that's a lesson for later. Al-qittatu asgharu min al-kalbi. The cat is smaller than the dog. Okay, we have li, very flexible one as well. Li has a lot of uses in Arabic. Normally we've said it's to mean for, to, belongs to. Alhamdulillah, all praises for Allah, belongs to Allah. Qultu li Zaydan, I said to Zayd. Hal farasu li Khalidin, the horse belongs to Khalid. Generally, this lam is used for denoting possession or any kind of association or connection. That's the best definition they could give, because it's hard to summarize everything that li is used for beyond saying that it associates one thing to another thing. With fi, that's easy. Ka is used for resemblance or comparison. We call this kaf tashbih. It's used to describe one thing as another thing. الطاعم الشاكر كالصائم الصابر is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. الطاعم, what's طاعم? The eater. الشاكر means what? So الطاعم الشاكر means the grateful eater. كالصائم الصابر is like the patient one who is fasting. So that means that in terms of reward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward the person who is grateful when they have food, just like He rewards the person that's patient while fasting.
Oh, you have to be so conditioned while fasting.
Yes. Zaydun kal asadi, Zayd is like a lion. We have an. سألت عن المعلمة, I asked about the teacher. المسجد بعيد.
And in bed.
Oh. What does an here mean? From. Normally, you can say min in certain circumstances like this as well. But normally, we use min when we use it for close, and we use an when we say something that is formed.
Okay.
So let me make that correction. قريب من البيت بعيد عن المسجد. That's how we use them.
So an for something far?
Yes.
Okay.
And min for something that's close. We have B. Bismillah. In the name of Allah. In reality, B doesn't mean in. Bismillah is just translated as in the name of Allah, because Bismillah has a hidden verb before it. The verb before Bismillah is abtadi'u, which means I began. I began with the name of Allah.
I don't know why. It's always possible.
Yeah, it should be. I began with the name of God, right? Akaltu bil mil'aqa. I ate with the spoon. Zayd is bil masjidi. Zayd is what? It can also mean at. So if someone calls and says, where you at? You say, Ana bil masjid, Ana bil jami'a, Ana. You probably use this in your language, yes? You use be when you speak to your parents, telling them where you're at. When أخوك هو بال.
Yeah, I used to be.
Yeah.
So why is it?
So be isn't necessarily meaning inside. It just means at that location.
Why is it akaltu bel?
Bil. That's a typo. My bad. That's a typo. So it can usually just mean at. The dual in the genitive form. You already know that. I don't either. Trust me, just look at the right. Al-muthanna al-majroor. That means dual in the jar state, right?
But it's already done because of the hakka as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're just showing you that it's going to be aini. Remember? The aini? Al-kutubu lit-talibaini. The books belong to the two students. Zaydun wa Salimun kal-akhawaini. What does that mean? Are like brothers, even though they're not. At-tiflani na'imani ala sarirayni.
The two children
Are sleeping?
Are sleeping on the two beds.
The two beds.
الرجال مسافرون إلى القريتين.
And the men are traveling to the village.
To
the villages.
two villages. الأولاد في الغرفتين. The children are in the 2 rooms. بحثت عن الطفلين. I looked for the 2 children. Very good. We know that in sound masculine plurals, the jar state is shown with what?
Kesra. Oh, I'm sorry.
In sound masculine plurals. Khalid min as-salihin. Khalid is from the righteous. As-salamu ala al-mursaleen.
Peace upon the prophets.
Right? They say Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. What's mursaleen? Yeah, because which letter should you look at? No. After you know that there's a mim dhamma, which letter are you going to look at? The ayn letter. What's the ayn letter in mursaleen? The sin. What does it have? So is it ismul fa'il or maf'ul? Yes, mursaleen are the ones sending. Mursaleen are the ones who are sent.
If it was mursaleen, it's the one that's receiving.
No, mursaleen would be the one that is giving the message.
Okay. Gotcha. Like mujahideen.
So mursaleen would just be messengers?
No, the one who sent the messenger would be mursil, the sender.
The one receiving is this one, mursaleen.
Mursaleen is the one that's been sent.
Yeah.
It's not about a message. The message is the Prophet ﷺ himself. He's been sent. He's been sent as a prophet. So al-mursaleen are the prophets. Why? Not because they're the ones sending the message. They're the ones that have been sent themselves. Al-buyutu lil-muallimin. The houses belong to the teachers. الصائمون الشاكرون كالصائمين الصابرين. They took the hadith and made it plural. لا خير من في المبتدعين.
How do you say innovation?
Bid'ah.
Bid'ah. That's the people who do bid'ah?
Yes, مبتدع. Yeah, that would be mustabdir. Muqtadi'een are the people who do bid'ah. Alright? There's no good in them. لا خير فيهم. ذهبت إلى المفتيين.
Guys who give fatwas?
I went to the muftis, right? The legal experts. So you guys are pretty well versed in the jar and nasab and rafar state of all sound, non-sound nouns. We're just going to practice it now with feminine, plural sound nouns. Al-baraqi'u lil-banati. What is al-baraqi'u? The plural of burqu'un. So al-baraqi'u lil-banati means, yeah, meaning the veils belong to the girls. Aisha min as-salihati. Aisha is from the pious. Sa'altu an at-talibati. I asked about the female students. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a new concept that I haven't explained to you yet. It's called shibhul jumla. Let me explain what that means. Shibh means something that resembles. Okay? Al-jumla is what? So, when we have a harf jar and the word after the harf jar, we call that shibhul jumla.
The word after hamza.
No, both of them combined, the harf jar, the jar, and the majroor, a word afterwards, in combination, they're both called shibhul jumla.
Okay, yeah.
They're not full sentences, they resemble sentences.
So in the house would be a shibhul jumla.
Yes, in the house is shibhul jumla.
That's not
Fil bayti, like when I say fil bayti, what 2 parts make up that phrase? Fi and al bayti, right? Fi is a harf jar, al bayti is the word in the jar state. There's a difference.
So when you're saying resembles, you're not talking about using the hafjat gag?
No.
Okay.
What we're shouting is like cat and baby.
Yeah, you're completely you're thinking of the harf jar ka and thinking it has something to do with this. This has nothing to do with this. What I'm saying is Anytime you have any harf jar, Muhammad,
Yeah.
and then you have a word after the harf jar, that phrase is not called a murakkab.
Okay.
You know how we've learned about murakkabs?
Yeah, it's sentence.
No, not sentence.
Sorry,
Phrase.
phrase.
Like, for example, mudaf mudaf ilayh
Okay.
is a murakkab idafi. Mawsuf sifa is a murakkab tawsifi. What else?
Murakkab ishari.
Murakkab ishari, hada plus the word afterwards. That's a murakkab ishari. These are all different phrases, right? When you have a harf jar in the word afterwards, we don't call it a murakkab. We call it a shibhul jumla. Okay? Why? Don't ask right now. But just understand we call it a shibhul jumla.
All of these fall under.
This doesn't fall under murakkab.
Okay.
Okay?
Calling it shibhul jumla is confusing because it does not seem like it's English.
Yes.
In English it doesn't, yeah, for sure.
I understand why you're saying that. And I'll explain that inshallah a little bit later. Just know that you can remember it as the prepositional phrase too.
Yeah.
It's not that important what the convention of naming it is. Going downwards, look at page 75. If the subject in a jumla ismiya is followed by a jar majroor, this shibhul jumla is called the predicate. The shibhul jumla is called the khabar. Example, al-kitabu al-maktabi. What does that mean?
The book is on the desk.
It's on the desk. Now, what is the khabar here?
The khabar is going to be al
Maktabi. That shibhul jumla is going to be the khabar. Now, often, go downwards. You see where it says often?
Yes.
Often shibhul jumla precedes the subject.
Right.
In which case the subject is an indefinite noun. Do you remember when we learned about that as well?
Yeah.
So, for example, there is a student in the class would be fil fasli talibun. Not what? Talibun fil fasli. We don't say that.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
Alright. The predicate fil fasl in this construction is termed shibhul jumla khabarun muqaddamun. That just means the shibhul jumla, the prepositional phrase, is the khabar that's been brought first. Muqaddam means brought in the beginning. While the subject is termed mubtada'un mu'akhkharun, which means the delayed subject. Yeah? Alright. So, examples. Li Zaydin ukhtun means what?
The wife say no for Zayd sister.
How do we say that in English? Zayd has a sister. What could we not say?
Ukhtun is Zayd.
I can't say ukhtun li Zayd. Why can't I say it again, Muhammad? That is a sentence, but why can't I say it?
It just sounds ugly.
So, you have to say this one.
Oh, yes, because it's indefinite.
Yes. Muhammad, what's up?
I'm lost, I'm not gonna lie.
The underlying red, that's
What part are you lost from?
So, like, we, you know,
If the subject's indefinite, it has to come last, or it has to come after the khabar.
okay, okay, I think I understand. Yeah, I'm just trying to,
Don't let terminology confuse you.
okay.
This is why when I teach Arabic, I don't teach you real terminology.
I'm still confused as to why.
It's called shibhul jumla. I promise you.
That's why we can't just have the shibhul jumla after. Why not? Why? What's wrong with those?
There's nothing wrong with it. The Arabs just didn't talk like that. Like in short, you can't actually like rationalize why language is that. Why does English have C's and K's? Just have K.
Has what?
C and K. Just have K.
I see, yeah, it's just the same sound.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just have a C that sounds like an S written as an S? You know, now you can take the 26 letters and make them 18.
Yeah.
If you do that all across the language. And people tried that. And you know it didn't stick.
We got used to the one.
We just got used to it, right? The QWERTY keyboard
Yes.
is stupid.
Somebody tried to change it in the 70s, but they just
It's failed. Why? Because just people didn't adopt it.
Yeah.
They just got used to a certain way. So when you ask why would the Arabs not have an indefinite subject first, we don't know. They just didn't talk like that. So in our subjects here, Muhammad, when I say Zayd has a sister, in reality, the Arabic would be al-ukhtu li Zaydin. The sister belongs to Zayd. but we're not saying the sister. We're saying a sister.
Yeah.
I can't say ukhtun li Zaydin because this mubtada ukht, it's indefinite, and we learned that mubtadas should be definite.
Okay.
Remember, think
Yeah.
about a normal sentence. Al-kitabu jamilun.
You're gonna say the book.
Yes. But here, we can't say the sister because we're not talking about a specific sister. We're just saying a random sister belongs to Zayd, meaning Zayd has a sister.
In your typical sentence, like what determines the subject? I know we've gone over this, but like when you're talking about the subject of the sentence, I get lost sometimes in like defining terminology. So, like, what would be the subject of this sentence?
The sister. A sister.
Okay. Okay.
Literally, a sister belongs to Zayd. Hear that in English.
Yeah. And
Just listen to a sister belongs to
Zayd
Zayd.
would be the object of the sentence.
No, he's not. There's no verb, so there's no object.
Okay.
Zayd is just the harf jar
So
and the majroor. Belongs to is a harf jar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not the object, it's just the prepositional phrase.
So the ism is just indefinitely.
Yes.
Would
Well,
would it be wrong to say
it's not wrong. You would only switch that order due to a need, which could be other than this. Yes.
So. Yeah. So,
Look at the examples.
Yeah.
فِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ خَيْرٌ. We translate this as what?
Good is in the believers.
Good is in the believers. Literally, good is in the believers. Why are we not saying خَيْرٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ or خَيْرٌ فِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ? Because good here is indefinite. So we have to say فِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ خَيْرٌ. In the Muslims is good. And another way of saying that is there is good in the believers. By the way, the reason that this is so confusing to someone who is trying to figure out how to translate this is because English has like a lot of problems within it. The big problem here is in English we have to say there is. What does there is even mean?
It just means something's belonging to another, right? Like ownership.
There is doesn't even mean that there's ownership.
That means that, yeah, it just
It
exists.
just means exists. In Arabic, we don't even use the word exist.
There's no reason for it.
Yeah, so in Arabic, this sentence is a lot more simple. Like imagine if I said there is food in the house. There is telling you what?
It's present.
It's like,
بالبيت يأكل طعام.
But isn't in telling you fi?
yeah.
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 So what is there is telling you?
Nothing.
Just telling me it's the way to talk, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a way. See, the English is explaining existence by saying there is. There exists. Right? There is equivalent to there
So it's
exists.
already implied in Arabic.
Yeah, in Arabic, why would you be talking if something doesn't exist?
Yeah.
You understand?
So ultimately, what this lesson is trying to explain is that, hey, we're taking a object, we're putting it in the beginning of the sentence.
Because our subject is indefinite. That's the only thing it's telling you.
The subject is indefinite, but isn't this one definite?
That's not our subject.
Oh, the subject. Okay.
Right? Because what we're saying, good is in the believers, right? What's in the believers? Good. We're talking about good. We're not talking about the believers. We're telling you where the good is. Like, just like if I say, Ar-rajulu fil bayti, is the subject here the house? No, because who am I talking about? I'm talking about the man. Similarly, if I say the good is in the believers, I'm talking about the good. But in this case, I'm not saying the good, I'm saying some good. Therefore, I have to bring good last, because it's indefinite.
But you said the subject is the good.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Yo, stop. You're making people more confused. Yes. Preposition.
I have a question about the next. Can you define dip though? I've seen that.
Yeah, I will. That's gonna be his favorite lesson Inshallah.
What?
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I
explain.
don't know what the
You got that?
I'll explain.
I've seen that all the time, and I try to read like something about from English grammar to the Arabic grammar.
Yes.
So-
I'll explain.
Is that something that doesn't sound right or something like that?
Just one sec. Let's do number 3. للمديرين سيارتان. What does that mean?
Or the director.
Try translating it in the order of subject and predicate.
Subject predicate. Okay.
Say
Two
yeah,
cars
okay.
belong to
2 cars belong to
two principles.
the 2 principles. Okay?
What-
Then in English they've translated it here as the 2 principles have cars.
So it adds a verb. Have.
Now have in Arabic here is what? Li.
Yeah.
Because li means belongs to, have also means belongs to.
Ownership.
Yeah, ownership. What's a diptote?
Yes.
Real quick. A diptote in the Arabic language is when you have a noun that is not allowed to do 2 things.
A noun that is not allowed to.
A noun that is forbidden from taking kasra in the jar state, and a noun that is forbidden from taking tanween.
That's it.
Okay? Now, whenever it is that we say that in Arabic, we say al-mamnu'u min as-sarf.
So it's forbidden from morphing.
Yeah, and morphing here just means morphing into kasra or morphing into tanween. So any noun that is forbidden from kasra and tanween irregularly, meaning that it seems like a noun like that should be able to take a kasra or tanween, yet in spite of that it doesn't, we call that al-mamnu' min as-sarf. Now, while you've been asking about this question, like why is it just masajidu?
Oh,
Instead
why
of what?
No tanween, because it's a diptote.
Because it's a diptote. Okay? And you say, why is it Fatima too? And I've explained why Fatima too is Fatima too. What did I tell you?
She's a girl.
That she's a girl. And why did I say Ibrahimu is Ibrahimu?
It's a non-Arab name.
Yes. And what's Ibrahimu in the jar state?
Ibrahima.
Good. So that is another example of a word that is not allowed to take tanween or kasra. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, more
So like
follow.
fa'ala, all that goes over more follow.
Yes. Now, in the example of Aisha tu akbaru min Fatimata,
Okay, it should be, that's jar.
that's the jar state.
Yeah.
Fatimata is in the jar state.
But it shows fatha. Yeah.
It shows fatha. Why does this word end in fatha in spite of the fact that it's in the jar state? Because this is a word that's not allowed to have tanween and not allowed to take kasra.
You just have to know that.
Yes, we'll learn about this, inshallah. But right now, you already have learned that female names are all diptotes,
Oh, okay.
right? And you've learned that non-Arab names are also diptotes. That's what you've learned so far. You haven't learned anything more.
Masajid.
Masajid is another example. Sallaytu fi masajida. That's in the jar state.
Yeah.
It has a fatha in the jar state. What else is it lacking?
Tanween.
Tanween, in spite of the fact that it is indefinite.
Yeah.
So why is this a diptote?
That I will explain
Okay.
soon. Marartu means I passed by. I passed. B means by. Sahra. A desert. What is this lacking?
Tanween.
And
Kasra.
the kasra. Yes.
So would diptote in English grammar just mean like exceptions to rules?
Yeah, well, actually, we just made up the word diptote because in English we don't even have.
Okay, so we're using up the term, but we don't have none to.
Okay, look.
Oh, it literally just means like having 2 cases.
Yes, now,
Oh, okay.
because di means
2.
two, right? Like dielectric or whatever, right?
Yes.
So,
It's
2 cases. English doesn't even have cases.
Right.
Okay, but other languages do. In Arabic, diptotes are a noun that do not take tanween, double vowel marks, or the genitive case kasra.
Okay. Perfect. That makes sense.
So as you can see, this is a word made up
To understand other languages.
to understand not English,
Right.
but languages that do have cases. Doctor, you following? Okay. So honestly, why even learn new English terminology that's not even explaining English?
Right.
It's only for these English researchers who would rather say something in English than to say something like mamnu' min as-sarf.
So So you just don't take some weed or just.
Yes.
Or
They do
kasra.
take the jar now with the kasra. They always take it with a fatha and they never take the tanween.
Right.
These two rules will be broken.
Ibrahim never takes that away.
Ibrahim never says that.
Oh,
But
yeah,
these two rules will be.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
I
yes.
think the only one was solid.
Now, here's an interesting thing about diptotes that I don't know if they'll teach you right now, but if a diptote has alif lam at the beginning, it takes kasra.
Say it one more time.
If a diptote has alif lam in the beginning,
Yeah.
it takes kasra.
So you said fil masjid.
And Masjid.
No, it's not masjid. That's masajid.
Sorry, fil masajid.
Yes,
Okay. So
Why?
you're turning it different.
that's how the Arabs spoke.
But
Turning it
it has
different.
any have custom.
It will have kasra.
Still never take.
Tanween. It doesn't take that.
That and that as well. So there's two,
Now it has al, right?
there's two reasons
So
why I
like in
can't
any
take
case,
it.
not even just.
You can give it tanween sometimes. Like Ja'a Yusufu wa Yusufun akhar. You know, Yusuf and another Yusuf came. Like a random Yusuf. Very rarely. Don't worry about that right now. Okay? You'll learn it formally, inshallah. Let's read the explanatory note. I want you guys to read it and show me whether it is that it makes sense to you. Right? Can you read the explanatory note right here?
In Arabic?
Yes.
In Arabic, there are certain types of nouns which are never named in
Yes.
They never bear relation to tanween. Such nouns are known as diptotes. أسماء ممنوع من الصرف or أسماء غير منصرفة.
Munsarifatan, yeah? Yeah, so sometimes someone will just say it's غير منصرف. Just say it's a diptot.
Without.
Alright, continue.
These nouns are distinguished by another characteristic.
They're jar. Just say they're jar.
Their jar is indicated by a fatha
In the nasabs.
in the nasab sign.
Wait. A better way to say this is their jar is indicated by fatha. That's it. Don't say a in the accusative case. Don't say that. Diptotes include
Diptotes include several proper nouns. Aishatu or Egypt. Some broken plurals like Shawari'u or Masajidu.
Okay, so let me explain. Remember you asked why does masajid not have tanween? Well, when a broken plural happens to be on this pattern, it's always غير منصرف. What pattern? The pattern of fatha fatha alif kasra dhamma. Okay, you see masajidu fatha fatha alif fatha fatha alif.
Yeah.
Like imagine if I said mazari'. That's a plural of mazra', which is farm.
Right.
Mazari'. Fatha fatha alif kasra. You see that?
Yeah.
All of those patterns are غير منصرف, meaning they don't take tanween, they don't take kasra. Are you following, Taqi? So in short, there's only really two patterns. Mainly, the first is mafa'il, like masajid, mazari'. The other is fawa'il, like shawari'. You'll memorize these patterns later, but some broken plurals are غير منصرف, like masajid and shawari'. Continue. Those nouns, which
Those nouns which end in alif. Alif al-Tanith al-Mamduda.
what is alif al-tanith al-mamduda? Okay, tanith means muannath. What is alif al-tanith al-mamduda? Look at the alif mamduda. You guys remember what alif mamduda is? Alif followed by a hamza. And if the alif followed by a hamza is explaining that the word is feminine, like for example,
حمراء صحراء عرجاء.
what is hamra?
Red.
Sahra,
Yeah, this is
arja, means lame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So those words are also غير منصرف. We can't say hamra'un. We can't say hamra'i. We can't say arja'un. We can't say arja'i. In sen- Yes, it would just be arja. Yeah, in the jar state. In sentence 1, can you read that?
In sentence 1, Fatima is in the jar state because it is preceded by the preposition or the harf min. The jar indication is a fatha, not a kasra. The reason being that it, now Fatima is a diptose.
That's cool.
Okay.
Okay. The reason being that the noun Fatima is a diptote. The i'rab of this noun is as follows. Pay attention to this. Majrurun biman. It's in the jar state because of man. Wa alamatu jarrihi. And the sign of it being in the jar state, al-fathatu, is fatha li'annahu, because غير منصرف, it's a diptote. Okay, you don't have to memorize that Arabic, but that's how we would do tarkeeb. We would say the word is in the jar state with the fatha because it's a diptote. Okay? Continue. Just finish this last paragraph.
The words Masajida and Shaqra'a in sentence 2 and 3 respectively are majrurun bil fathati because they are diptotes. Besides these, there are other kinds of diptotes which will be dealt with in the third one.
So 2 more books after
We
this.
just started to
Yeah. So this is why I've been saying, don't sweat it. Inshallah, this will be very easy for you to learn naturally and intuitively. The rest of the rules, I'm just closing up Muhammad in a sec. Rule number 9 and rule number 10 are effectively what we just learned. However, numbers 1 to 18, I want you guys to translate them and fill in harakat. Like fill in the meaning, I mean. A proper harf job. Translate and fill in an appropriate harf
That's
job.
lesson 7, exercise which?
Exercise 1.
Show me 20.
Yeah, there's 20, sorry. There's 20. Yeah, I'm leaving as well. Alright, so I'm just gonna post that in the group.
Yes,
Assalamu alaikum.
Or they can